A comparison of Mexican and United States food. Narration by Ian Mihawk. Project by Ian Mihawk. To begin the project, I searched in my anthropology book for something that would catch my eye. When I got to chapter 25, I saw an interesting concept. Was the formation of United States Mexican food the destruction of Mexican peasant food? To compare the two foods, I first needed to learn about Mexican food. I spent an hour searching for peasant cuisine and Mexican cooking before I realized these weren't the terms used in Mexico. Using chapter 25, I searched the Mexican words for the products present in making Mexican food. As I found the first images, I noticed Moctezuma II played an important role in early feasts. With his workers, he created dozens of elaborate meals that helped domesticate the present foods of later Mexico. Soon, Mexican food was being made by everyone, rich and poor. Mexican cooking saw people using items like a metate, or basalt stone, along with a comal, which is a type of earthenware griddle used for cooking the shells. It would take all day to prepare these meals, with painstaking grinding of corn and hours spent slowly cooking tortillas over fire. But the end product was from the heart, a delicious treat for even the poorest of people. With Mexican food's popularity came the need for easier production, which led to Maseca, a company that mastered time-efficient tortillas. Gone were the long days spent making tortillas. The tortilla was modernized, and soon this led to its Americanization. The first Americanized tacos could be found in taco stands, where in a few minutes one could have a handful of fresh tacos. While quicker than Mexican peasant cooking, this was still far from the end result of taco Americanization. With the birth of Taco Bell came the move of Mexican food as an art to Mexican-American food as a science. The major difference came in the tortilla, which Taco Bell pre-cooked for increased efficiency. Taco Bells popped up around the United States, with Americans content with the pre-cooked Mexican experience. Similar to peasant cooking, Taco Bell used the cheapest products possible to feed the most people. Companies still claim to want to preserve the Mexican heritage in their cooking. Slow food has started movements to recognize biodiversity and culture, but has not addressed the large gaps between Taco Bell's Mexican food and traditional Mexican food and culture. The biggest difference in US versus traditional Mexican is variety. For a small price, a Taco Bell customer can have an assortment of Mexican food without the need for large amounts of preparation. Seen here are 6 different Mexican foods, all readily available at Taco Bell. The topic of taste differs depending on who is tasting. If you ask Jeffrey Pilcher, the author of Taco Bell, Maseca, and Slow Food, he may cite journalist Guillermo Prieto, who likens Taco Bell to cardboard. In my opinion, Pilcher is right in saying Taco Bell is far from traditional Mexican. Just look at Taco Bell's tacos and compare them to a slowly cooked tortilla. Without even smelling or tasting them, a slow-cooked tortilla appears more appetizing. So is Jeffrey Pilcher right? Are the differences between Taco Bell and traditional Mexican so drastic that they can be labeled as a disaster? While Pilcher feels that slow food and Maseca have overall helped the Mexican people, I think that all 3 companies are to blame for tainting Mexican culture. Taco Bell is no substitute for great Mexican cooking, but taken separately, both foods are great for Mexican culture. Americans enjoy Mexican-American food, such as Taco Bell, and in turn raise interest with Mexican culture. At the same time, Mexicans can enjoy their own culture in a much more efficient manner, all for relatively the same amount of money and way less time. Although it is interesting to see just how far Mexican food has come, I do not think it has changed life in Mexico or America. As Pilcher says, the changes in efficiency of Mexican food production help Mexicans just as much as Americans. So although there are several differences in the variety, taste, and quality of Mexican versus Mexican-American food, the premise remains the same. Mexican food provides a basic human need, nourishment, and as with fulfilling most needs, it is being perfected over time.